Hello friends, happy Thursday. So yeah, I can't say here we are again because I missed a week. So it's not like it's just been a few minutes since I was on last. Um, my name's Janna and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And so today I'm coming on and doing some Halloween cards with this fun, spooky Halloween suite. So I haven't pre-made anything ahead of time because I just wanted to come on and create with you. So if you want to craft along and watch while you craft, grab some things and let's craft together. Um, I do have my chat up, so if you have the ability to go on there and say hello, I would love that. And tell me where you're watching from if you're new. Um, all right, let's get started. I wanted to show you what you get if you buy the whole suite of this spooky Halloween. Which is what I did because I liked all the products in here. I got this pretty, well, you get this iridescent ribbon. Let's see, I was gonna see if it said what, oh, it's in the color Petunia Pop. So if you can see that, it's very pretty. You also get a package of 20 of these iridescent treat bags, which would be probably more than enough for the amount of trick-or-treaters that we get at our house, but I will probably end up using these for something else. I'm kind of thinking they might be nice for packaging for something for the Christmas craft fair that I take part in. They're just a pretty kind of lavender iridescent color, and they are food safe. Okay, so 20 of those. Those would also be fun to package up like Happy Mail, you know, some fun little embellishments or something to send to somebody for Happy Mail. And then the embellishments, I love these. These are foam. They are glittery, but so they kind of squish down. I think that makes them a little bit nicer for going through the mail. They're called Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. All these things are available individually too. You don't have to buy the whole suite of products, but you get the black, purple, and white stars in there. And there are 3 different sizes of each, so that's fun. And then the stamp set, Spooky Halloween, it's a photopolymer stamp set. There are 10 stamps in the set. Happy Halloween, spooky, don't worry, sweets, all tricks, no tricks, all treats. And then the fun little characters, some magic there, and our broom, and the little trick-or-treat pail. And then in the coordinating dies, you get the dies to cut out the little characters. There's one that cuts out a haunted house, a fence. This is kind of like a little bookmark. Maybe we'll cut this out and just see what it looks like. There's one that cuts out the broom. There's 2 so that you can cut multiples at one time of the little jack-o'-lantern. And then there's some different bats in here. So that's fun. I'm going to set that aside and we'll cut that one out and just see. And then the paper I specifically wanted to show you because I know we are all on, you know, whatever our budget is. And if you wanted to make some Halloween cards, you could totally just buy this paper pack right here and make a bunch of Halloween cards. You might want to have some plain black cardstock or white cardstock or whatever for your card base rather than use up the paper in the pack for that. But other than that, you wouldn't need anything else. I'm going to show you, other than your adhesive, of course, but I'm going to show you what you get in here. So you get 2 each of each page in here. And this one totally, I'm going to use this today. You can do your card fronts with these. So mostly all the work is done for you. So you've got 3 different ones here. You can make, you know, depending on what size your cards are, you could make 2 bigger cards and cut it here and make 2 bigger cards, or I'm going to cut this one out today, I think, and use that one. And then you've got the ones on the ends, and then you still have this strip here. And here is what the other side of that looks like. Hi, Sue. Hi, Patty. And this is that Petunia Pop color. I love that. The color scheme in this, if you want to know from Stampin' Up, is Basic Black, Daffodil Delight, which is the yellow, Granny Apple Green, Petunia Pop, and then Pumpkin Pie, which is the orange. Okay, so and then we've got this fun scatter design here with stars and candy. And on the back is that. And then we've got spooky windows here with cats and pumpkins and bats and a brick wall. And then you've got this design on the opposite side. And then here are some fun labels and tags. You could totally cut these out. Let me see what those measure real quick. So yes, 3.5 by 2. So you could totally make ATC cards with these right here, because ATCs are 3.5 by 2.5, so they would be the exact width one way and just a little bit shorter the other way. And then you've got these tags here, and then you could do banner pieces, or you know, what, however you want to use those borders. So you get 2 sheets of that. Oh, and there's the back. And then this cute design, which is like pencil sketch drawings of all these fun characters that you can cut out, and you can totally fussy cut all of these out, or put a round die or a square die around them and cut them out to have to be your focal point. Or, you know, I might use one of these today. We'll see. It just depends. And then you've got this fun orange on the back with black speckles all over it. And then you get 2 sheets of these cutouts, or punch outs, whatever you want to call them. But look at all the fun designs here that you get to create with. I don't know what this little character is. When I first looked at him, I thought, and I still think it might be a toucan. I'm not sure. You've got this bear. She's all dressed up like a fairy. So you could use her any time of year that you want a little fairy card, because she's totally cute and doesn't look necessarily like Halloween. You've got this hippo dressed up like a mummy. At least he's trying to. He doesn't have quite enough white stripping to cover up. And then I love the pumpkins with the funny little crows and all the other fun things, potion and your cauldron there with who knows what kind of mix that's brewing up in there, and the bat or the brooms and the candy corn and the trees. There's just a lot of fun. And like I said, you get 2 full sheets of these. Okay, so I think I'm just going to leave these out of the package and find somewhere to set it where it won't all go toppling over, hopefully. And I think the first thing I want to just play with real quick here is this die, so we can kind of see exactly what it does. To me, it looks like a little tab that you could use like on a journal or on the top of your little goodie bags or something like that, but I'm not quite sure how it works, so I want to cut that out and we'll just see. Okay, I've got my scrap bag here, so let me just pull something out. Let me see if I have, well, I can just do white. All right, let's see what this does here. Okay, so the little bat pops up. It's got a fold line there. Oh, that is too cute. Okay. So you just fold that backwards. Or you could leave it flat and just pop that up like that if you wanted to. But it totally can fold over a page or whatever. That is really cute. Of course, you'd probably want to do it in black, but you could just color it in black too. Color the bat, and this part could be whatever. You could cut it out of whatever color cardstock you want, and then just color the bat by itself black. That's really cute, I think. So then you could just put it over a page. You could totally make a hidden paper clip with this. I would probably double up the, cut myself another little layer to put under here for a hidden paper clip. If you've ever made those, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's really cute. Okay, so now we know how that works. I know Halloween cards aren't everybody's thing, but I do enjoy crafting for Halloween, whether it's cutesy stuff or more spooky stuff. I love it all, but I just look at it as all for fun. Okay, so let me move some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get going. Okay, so I'm gonna bring one sheet of this back in because like I said, I want to cut that, and I probably should use my paper trimmer. So let me get that right in the slot. And then let's see, I'll just start it at, we'll start it at 4.5 and go up. I don't know know if I'm lining right up with the 4.5, but okay, so there's that. And then turn it here. And how am I going to line this up? You have to be smarter than the measurement tool, right? I think I had it right in about in the middle, maybe. I don't know. It would probably be easier to do it a different way. Bear with. I think I could just, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go down a little bit further. And then I will just finish it with my scissors. Oh, I got it just right on this end. I don't know how I managed to do that. All right, there we go. So there is that cute little house. And so this measures about 5 inches, just shy of 5 inches. And so if we took it to 3 3/4, that would take off too much. I think I'm just going to take it to right there, because I want it to fit on my card. Okay, let's just see where we go with that. And then to go along with that, I want to do this cute little cat. I wonder if she'll fit on that piece of... Oh, she will. Okay, and then I want her broom. I know I want those two things. Okay, so I'm running out of room over here. Let me see where I can set this paper there. That will go there. Pull out my Misty. I'm going to move you back this way a little bit. And let's see. Hi, Nancy. I do have videos on hidden paper clips. I sure do. Right here on my channel. It's something I like to make though, so I will probably be doing something with that again soon, I would expect. All right, let's see how this goes. It is cute paper. I just went in. As demonstrators, we get to go in early, as you probably all know, and order products that are coming out in the upcoming holiday catalog. So I just went in and ordered what I wanted for that. And I'm just going to say one word here: gingerbread. You guys, if you know me, you know I love gingerbread stuff, and Stampin' Up! Finally jumped on the wagon with that. So I'm going to have some gingerbread stuff coming here very soon. Of course, I already have lots of gingerbread stuff from other places, but now we'll have... They've had some stuff in the past, but not, I mean, the gingerbread man this time. It's going to be really fun. And then there's some gingerbread baking stuff. It's just, yeah. I thought I wasn't going to order anything more for Christmas because I did the, oops, sorry, I did this, the Jar of Joy, that, you know, haven't even played with that yet. That coordinates with the sweet jar, so there's all of that stuff. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to order a bunch of Christmas stuff because I only order stuff typically that I want to keep, you know, and my collection is pretty darn big of stuff. So I'm trying to not get too carried away, but it sure is hard, isn't it? Because all the companies just keep coming out with more stuff that we love. And as much as I would like to just sell off a bunch of stuff, I still have some stuff boxed up that I did go through that didn't sell in my garage sale that I had. So I still have stuff, and I think what I might do is do some, what do they call those? Sales, where you just, I'm gonna box some things up like in flat ship boxes maybe, and do a D-stash, that's what they're called. I'm thinking about it anyway. Okay, so while I didn't make anything ahead of time, I did pull out colors, the colors that coordinate with the paper. So I would have those ready for whatever I decided I wanted to play with here. So I've got light bubble bath that I'm just gonna color the inside of Miss Kitty's ears here and her cute little nose. And that is all I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to use light Daffodil Delight and do this broom. And maybe I will use a bit of the dark daffodil just over the lines that are already there. All right. And, oh, I'm going to color her gray. So I've got my dark and light smoky slate here. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'll do this part with the light. And then do the dark. I didn't want her black because I knew her hat was going to be black. And let's see, that's all part of her little outfit, I think. So I'll just do her little paws. And she would be cute to color her up in a calico way too, I think. Yeah, my tip of this brush, it's starting to get low on ink, and then the brush tip gets fuzzy. I know I've got another set of these markers in there, but there's still a lot of color in this, but it's just a little bit harder to use the brush tip end. Oh, I should have done some pink cheeks for her. I probably still could. It looks better when you do the pink ahead of time though, and then go over the top of it, because when you do it afterwards, it kind of creates this little circle thing. Okay, there she is. And I will just give her some little pink cheeks anyway. We'll see how it goes. See how it kind of makes that little bit of a circle, but that's okay. That's okay. Cute. All right, so there she is. Hi, Angela. Salem, Massachusetts. We have a Salem here in Oregon. It's our capital city, actually. Okay, so now I want to do her leggings. What color do I want to do them? I might do them. All right, we're gonna make her skirt. Should I do her skirt? Okay, sorry, I know I keep saying okay because my mind is going in what I want to do here. I'm gonna use Petunia Pop for her skirt. Such a little image to color and all these plans for doing it. Cute. Okay, and then I'll fill in with the light. Oh, she's going to be a cute little witch cat, I think. All right, so then her top part I'm going to do with the dark and light Granny Apple Green. All right, there is that. And then I think I got the pumpkin out just in case I needed it, because I don't think I want to do her tights in that color, but I think I will do them in the light and dark, this color, Daffodil Delight. Okay, so light, so this is going to be dark and dark. Ooh, and then I'll have to make her little boots gray, I think. And I will do them with the dark smoky slate. There we go. All right, she's ready. This is the first time I have been in my room crafting for I don't know how long. Probably 2 weeks. My mojo kind of slipped away for a bit. We all do that, I know. It's summer and it's just been busy. We've had quite a few car shows. We still got car shows coming up and this, that, and the other. Typically, I get ready for my video on Wednesday, designing whatever it is I'm going to do, but yesterday, so I don't know, I mean, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you will know that we bought a second fun car, and so that car had an appointment yesterday in Eugene, Oregon, which takes us about 2.5 hours to get there from here. So we had to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it took pretty much all day. We didn't get home till like dinner time. From that, they put that ceramic coat stuff on the outside and sprayed some fabric protectant stuff on the upholstery on the inside of it. So that's done. So it is a 2023 bright, it's red, but it is like an orangey red kind of. I mean, there's a lot of orange more than blue in the red. Anyway, it's a Camaro and it's pretty darn cool. So now we have that, and we have our 56 Ford Mainline, which is named Crow, and the new car is named Flame. We don't always name our cars, but for some reason those two cars got names. Okay, so there, I only ever remember naming one other car, and it was a Honda, what was it? It was a really nice sedan. Really liked that car, but for our everyday car, it just didn't end up working out. Not enough room for people and things. Like when we went to our kids for Christmas, my mom was sitting in the back seat, and we both had food on our laps because the gifts and things were all inside the trunk, and it was just like that kind of topped it off. It's like, okay, we don't have enough room in this kind of a vehicle, so we went back to an SUV. But anyway, we had named that car Midnight. It was a beautiful sparkly black. All right, so I want to go around the edges of that with black, or yeah, black. Let me see what you guys are saying. Nancy, who is Handy Scandy, if you are looking at the live chat, she is hosting some Halloween ATC things. So when we're done here, you can go check out Nancy's channel, Handy Scandy. She's got a video on there with the details about playing along with the ATC exchange if you want to take part in the exchange, or you can just simply play along and put the tag. Nancy, I can't remember what the tag is right now, but put a tag so we can see your Halloween ATC cards. Hi, Beck. Do you go by Beck? Do you go by Becca? Do you go by Beck Ann? Tell me, because I'm never sure what you prefer. So tell me, please. Okay, so this is going to go on there. Do I want something? Do I want a little strip? I want a little strip of something with orange. Let's look at the paper. Or I could use the ribbon. I could use the ribbon. That might be cute. Let's do that. Let me pull the plastic off. AT season August. You're Rebecca. Beck. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Rebecca. Okay. That's easy to remember since it's Beck and Sam. And I can just do Beck. Okay, I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. So that can just go across. Let's see. Yes, I like that. Do I still want to add a touch of orange? Because that orange is the only orange. Or I could do, I know what I'll do. I'll do the greeting on orange. I'll do that because I kind of just like that fun sparkly ribbon. And if I put another layer back there, it's going to really kind of just cover it up. So I don't know if these scissors are sharp enough. I guess they are. I need to have a pair that I have designated just like for fabric and ribbon. If you could see how many scissors over here, like a gazillion pairs, but I don't have any that are kind of just designated for fabric and ribbon. Okay. Look what I got. Thank you, Miss Patty. Patty, this is one of the things Patty sent me for my birthday. I'm going to do, I've got a couple of videos I need to do. This is the glue press by my sweet Petunia. And now I finally have one to play with. Okay, so anyway, yes, I have two videos. Patty made me the most gorgeous journal with a fall theme on it. And there were some other things too besides this wonderful glue press. And then I had a Happy Mail package that I want to share with you as well. So if you don't have a glue press, it comes with the Nuvo glue and another bottle, empty bottle that's got a bigger tip. So if you use a thicker glue than that, you just switch out, you put whatever glue you want in that empty bottle that fits in here with the bigger tip. Then there's the little silicone thingy down there in the bottom that acts as the closure or whatever you want to call it while you're using the glue. And then the pretty lid fits on this little, I'm trying to see where we're at here, it fits on this little doohickey over here. And so when I'm not using it, I just take it out and put the glue on, put the lid back on, and I set the handle in here and it stands up perfectly. So very handy. Thank you again, Patty. She spoils me. She does. Okay. So the other package, hang on. this whole great big package full of stuff from Miss Diane Scroggs. Diane, if you're watching, thank you so very much again. And I will do a Happy Mail video and share that. It has lots of fun fairy stuff in it because, you know, I've been reading out of the fairy book for story time, and so she thought that the fairy stuff needed to come here and live with me, and I very much appreciate it. So I'll be doing a video, 2 videos showing what I have received. Okay, so there's that pretty ribbon on there, and let's get this put on. If you are crafting along while watching my video today, what you making? Tell me. I'd like to know. The glue press, yes, it's had been very intriguing to me, and it's like, do I want it? Do I need it? Well, did I need it? You know, I don't need it, but did I want one? Yeah. Now I have one because Patty sent it to me. Yeah. You know, we all like our gadgets, right? Okay, so there's that. I've got a piece of white for the inside. And I'm not going to put it in there just yet because maybe I still want to stamp on it. Oopsie. All right, so now my kitty, she's going to go on the step. Do I want her up there, down here? She's going to hold her broom. I think I want her on this step here. Let me get some dimensionals. Yes, I'm sure I needed it. It has this really fine tip on it, which is really nice. And being able to hold it like this, I don't know, especially if you have any issues with your hands. If you have arthritis in your hands or anything, then I'm sure that it's helpful. Oh, look at that little ghost is there. Whoops. Oh, well, it's okay. You can still see him. I think I will just put glue on this. And I'll just put it like that. Come on. So this is kind of the first time I've worked with Nuvo glue. I'm thinking it's a lot like the art glitter glue. I'm not positive, but I think it is. Because I noticed that it said they don't ship that glue to places that are like freezing cold or whatever. And that's the same thing with the art glitter glue. Okay, cute. All right, now, so let's see here. Let me put the paper back under here before it all goes falling on the floor. And I'm sure we'll need some of this on there somewhere, but I also want Oh, what did I just drop? Okay. I think I'm going to do the spooky. Spooky. All right, and that would be cute. Let me bring the paper back out now that I just slid it back away. But let me see what's on the back side of this. Oh, the little characters. Okay, well, I can cut a strip off of that without, or there's the white with the orange. I think I want the orange. Yeah, I want the orange. Okay, let me cut a little strip of that. And if we do it right off the top, maybe over here, I don't need a very big piece. Maybe I'll just cut it with my scissors. But then it would be crooked. Okay, let me put this up here like this. I just need, let me see how wide this stamp is. So I need about a 1/2 inch piece, maybe like that. Oh goody, I didn't cut any, I didn't cut anything off that would get ruined. Okay. There we go. All right, so spooky. That would be kind of cute to emboss it, heat emboss it. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Grabbing my black embossing powder. Okay. Putting a little bit of embossing powder, you know, your little powder thingy on it so that it only puts the embossing powder where you want it, hopefully. Sorry, I'm rolling around grabbing things because, like I said, we're kind of doing this on the fly today. I didn't have anything pre-made, so playing along, and I hope you are crafting along while I'm playing along. Okay, now then I need something under that since it's an acrylic stamp. We need a little cushion. All right, we'll just put it in the middle because maybe I want to flag the edges. I'm not sure yet. There we go. Stamp that with some clear Versamark, which is a sticky, it's a watermark stamp pad, but it's a sticky ink, like it's a pigment type ink. You want something that is going to hold the powder when you sprinkle it on. Heat embossing is magical. That's what I say. Now, you don't have to have a little plastic tray, but if you have a coffee filter or just a piece of copy paper, that all works too. You just want something to catch your powder and put it back where it belongs. All right, let me grab some tweezers. Magical. Oh, blurry. There you can see the shine. Oh, thank you so much for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. Okay, what did I do with my cleaning pad? Here it is. Happy to be back at my desk today. I've watched so many videos, and it's like, oh, I wish I was in my room stamping. It's like, well, just get up and go in there and do it. You ever get that feeling? Okay, so let's bring this back. And I'm going to put this right up here. I'm just debating, do I want to, I think I'm just going to cut it a little bit shorter. Oh, you guys, I've been watching this funny guy on TikTok. Oh, I can't think of his name, but he does probably, I'm not great with TikTok, but I'm guessing if you searched Cajun, that you could find him. He wears glasses, he's got great hair, and he talks about all their funny sayings. You know, they speak a lot of French, and he's in South Louisiana, I think he said. And so he just tells all about why they talk the way they talk and the words that they say, which I think it's pretty much that way all over the whole United States. You know, we all say things differently. And just even in how we were raised, how our parents, you know, wherever they came from and the things they say. I was telling somebody, one of our stamp club friends, I was saying how funny it is that, you know, things, just how you were raised and the things you said, like, we always said cupboards, not cabinets for in the kitchen, and wash rags. Yes, that's what we said, wash rags. So I had to practice and practice saying wash, not wash. And, but that's how my family said it. And we said, we call, I mean, we say couch. Some people say Davino. I remember hearing that when I was a kid. So, you know, do you say couch? Do you say sofa? It's just like lots of funny things that, and some of it I just had to relearn how to say correctly, I guess, instead of, it's like, Janna, don't say wash rags. I mean, say washcloth. So I just had to practice that. And don't call it Washington. And please don't call Oregon, Oregon. Because that's not it. It's Oregon, not Oregon. We're still here. We're not gone. Okay, spooky. All right, now then, let's do something for the inside, and then maybe I will put some of those fun stars. And I'm taking so long, I'm probably, I'll make one other card maybe, and not, I kind of thought I would have time to do 3, but I'm being too gabby and too slow. So let's do spooky. Don't worry, eat sweets. Let's do that. That will be fun. Because I want to make one more card. All right, let me get a block. I think this one will fit. Oh, just barely. Just barely. Okay, don't worry, eat sweets. Let's do Petunia Pop, since we've got a lot of that color going on. And oh my, do I ever have a lot of stuff going on my desk right now? Okay, I'm gonna move my glue thingy. Petunia Pop. Don't worry, eat sweets. I'm going to put some of those bats around it. I think that would be cute. Let's try to get it straight. Don't worry, eat sweets. It came out kind of mottled, but that's all right. Because that's the first time I've used that stamp. I should have cleaned it off first. But it's okay. Don't worry, be happy. It's okay. Patty, you still say washing machine? I know. You have to practice. You have to practice. I was trying to think of some of the other things that it's like, oh, Janna, you can do better. Don't say it like that. Oh, countertops were draining boards. Yeah. In the kitchen, draining boards. And when I grew up, the house, our home, we had a bathtub. We did not have a shower. So I only ever took baths until I got married and moved out. Yeah. And then we had a shower, but I was reading something on Facebook one day and somebody was being all grossed out about taking a bath and not a shower. Like they thought that was nasty, taking a bath. And it's like, man, I'd love to have a deep tub to take a nice bath in, because growing up with only doing baths, I love that. I mean, I could totally love getting in a nice deep tub of bubble bath. When we bought this house, it had a garden bath. It still does have a garden bathtub in the bathroom. I was so excited. I went and bought this little blow-up seashell shaped pillow or whatever it was that you can, suction cup in the back of the tub. And I was all happy and excited and went in and ran this bath, and I got in and it's like, what the heck? The tub is not deep. Okay, it barely covers like the top of your legs. I've never gotten in it since. We've lived here many, many, many years. It's like, what the heck? I just didn't realize or notice that it wasn't deep. It's a nice wide tub, but it's not deep. There's no laying down and soaking in it, that's for sure. It's fine for a child. They can play in it, but yeah. Bummer. Don't worry, eat sweets. I love the bats. Okay, that turned out pretty darn cute. And if you wanted to just totally create this with only the paper pack, you can cut a little character out of the paper. And maybe I will do that with the next card. I will cut a little character out. Oh, I didn't add any of these pretty thingies. Let's do that. Shimmer Star Foam stickers are what they are called. If I can get them out of the package. Here we go. Okay, and you've got white, purple, and black. Yes, these would be so nice. They should make all embellishments like this out of foam, I think, because they still have, of course, that probably would only work with glitter ones and not like shiny ones, maybe. I don't know, but they totally like don't create bulk for going through the mail. Mail's getting to be such a pain. Okay, that is cute. Love it. All right. Card number 1 done, but let's make one more. Oh, I have a getting out of a tub story that I can't tell on here because it's far too embarrassing. But it was in a hotel. It was in a hotel, and it was okay. Well, I shouldn't get into it. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Let me say that. Oh my word! Won't make that mistake again. All right. Now then, I definitely want to use one of these characters, I think. And we'll use one of these bottom ones. Okay, I'll use this one. These are all so cute. It's hard to choose, but I'm going to use this one. And let me see if I can just carefully cut it with my scissors. Now I'm still thinking about my tub story. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll go with that, and then I want to use the cute little Dracula bear. He is cute. I'm gonna maybe try to cut out that crow too because it's very cute. All right, so there is that. Oh, I had the cutout things too I could have used. Let's look at those. I mean the punch out things. These. I forgot. Maybe I'll use this little character. I only need one. The banner's kind of cute. All right. Look at that. That's funny. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. Okay, well, let's just go with this for now. I've got another card base here. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think that turned out cute too. Oh, wait, do I need to trim this? No, it's just right. It's just right. I'm thinking, sorry. I know I'm not talking. That's because I'm thinking. Thinking. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more because I don't want that much white around it. I watched a video earlier today. This gal made. Her and her sister went to the Frank Garcia studio store. I don't know where that is, but I wish it was somewhere. I wish it was right here in my town. So I have to say, where it's located, the building, she said it looked like an office building to her. To me, it looked like a motel. And it was up like on the second level or something. But when you step inside, oh my word, it's magical. I probably would spend a fortune in that store, so it's best that it's far, far away from me. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's far, far away from me. But it's just wonderful, beautiful. All the stuff I love inside. So many great things are in there that have been made too, that are on display to give you inspiration. And yeah, pretty. Okay, that's a little better. And then let's just cut him out quickly. Oh, if you know, you know, I don't like to fussy cut in particular. But I do it anyway. Now it's too bad they didn't have all these little characters in a stamp set too. That would have been fun. But this pencil drawing kind of style is fun, different. Okay. Wanted to make sure I didn't cut off something here, like his leg. He's just got them crossed here in a certain kind of way. There we go. He's going to be the star of that photograph. Where's my stamps? Here they are. I think we'll put some little bats flying behind him because that's just too... Let me do this. It's just too much orange. Too much. And here's my bats. I'm going to put some bats in there. Thanks for coming by, Beck. I know this is dragging on a little bit long. Okay, I'm going to put the bats there. Then he can go here. Maybe I will make it a little bit darker down at the bottom. Okay, I like the bats in there. I think I'll put, oh, I washed it off and then I'm going to ink it up again. Cute. I wonder, I'm wondering if Petunia Pop will show up on that orange, what it will do. I guess we'll find out because I'm going to do it. Might not like it. I might not. Okay, that's all right. It is fine. Wasn't sure how it was going to be, but it's fine. I'm trying to do it lightly here. Let's see. Can I put something here? I don't want to get it on the frame, but it needs a little bit. I think he will hide some of what's going to happen right behind him there. Okay, that is good, good enough. Okay, now there's some magic going on behind him there. Kind of looks more red than pinky purpley, but that's okay because he's Dracula. Okay. What did I do with my, there they are, I see them now. My dimensionals. Oh, so nice. Just there when you grab it and ready to go. I love it. Okay. So there he is. Cute. All right. Let me just trim a bit of this off. We don't need that much white around it. These images are just fun because, you know, if you want to make something quick, I know I'm not being quick right now, but you could totally whip a card out in no time with just that paper pack. Getting my little dimensionals for this up here. And then put a couple on there. There's that. Didn't cut the crow out, that's okay. Yeah, these little card fronts are already cut to the right size of 4 by 5 1/4. Cute. Okay, let's just do this one in black, I think. Or no, let's just do it in pumpkin pie. I think I need a new pumpkin pie pad. Mine looks kind of funky. Yeah, I better order a new one of those, I think. Sometimes I think our humidity here doesn't get along well with some products for very long. All right, so bring this back and I will put little bats around it like I did, I think. Or I could do the magic. Oh, I didn't get all the ink off of there. I'll do the bats. And I'll save that crow for another time. Okay, I'm just going to do one grouping of bats. I love those bats. Those are so cute. All right. Happy Halloween. Oopsie. Okay, so do we want stars on this one too? What do I do with them? Where'd they go? Oh my goodness, here they are. Let's put this on the inside. Happy Halloween. It needs some sparkle, I say. Definitely not the white. The petunia pop, or whatever color that is, adds some pizzazz. That's funny. They didn't have a piece long enough, I guess, so they just taped on that one. All right. Where to put them? There we go. Yeah, it needed that little bit of sparkle. Happy Halloween. He might be cute to go in and color on him a little bit more, maybe. Like color the inside of his collar red. You could give him one little red drip down if you wanted to. That might be too spooky for some. We'll just leave him the way he is. I think he turned out pretty cute. Okay, so we will leave it with those two cards for today. That was fun, I think. It was fun for me anyway. And I'm just picking a few things up so I can bring my big fairy book over. Getting things out of the way. Okay, Fairyopolis. Where'd we leave off? Didn't we have a bookmark? What in the world? I thought we had a bookmark. There it is. I knew we did. I think we read this, didn't we? Did we read this? Yes. Thank you, Sue. All right, here we are in the Fairyopolis journal here for June on this page. She's saying this little fairy here has a cherubic face. Oh, there goes my Ring doorbell. Some fairies wear collars made of petals. Yes, they do. Had a wonderful day in Brighton. The lecture was fascinating. I was fortunate to be able to have a short conversation with Lady somebody. She spoke of her ability to see the fairies, her gift, as she described it. Apparently, she has a small group of flower fairies living near her house. She described them to me. And so she described the face that we set up there already. They have pointed ears. Do all flower fairies have these? Wings, delicate and butterfly-like. Gossamer dress. Boy fairies wear tunics. I don't know that I've seen many boy fairies. Some fairies go barefoot. Others prefer pedal on leaf shoes. According to Lady whoever, there are a significant number of people who are blessed with the gift. I myself have never seen a fairy, but given the experiences I have had, I wonder if I may be similarly gifted. Had a walk along the pier after the lecture. Couldn't resist buying rock. Oh, rock candy maybe? June's notes. Midsummer's Eve, the night of the 23rd of June, is the most likely time of year to see a fairy. I will be sure to stay awake and keep watch. 23rd of June, side note, was my Aunt Bernice's birthday. And every year when that comes along, I always remember the story of, I think my mom told about my Aunt Bernice always wanted people to remember her birthday, and she would say something like 23rd of June, 23rd of June. So every time the 23rd of June comes around, I announce it, 23rd of June, 23rd of June. How to see a fairy. It seems that fairies remain hidden under a concealment of glamour, a magic veil that they cast over themselves. Folklore says there are only two means by which humans may dispense the glamour. Okay, how to dispense the glamour? Through the use of a four-leaf clover. I certainly cannot count on finding such a rare specimen. By means of fairy ointment. Fairy ointment is a salve made by the fairies from four-leaf clovers. If a human applies this ointment to their eyes, it enables them to see through the glamour and to observe the fairies. In legend, there are stories of fairies giving gifts of fairy ointment to favored mortals. Well, I don't know what this word is, UNGT, and unct, to anoint under the eyelids and upon the eyelids, evening and morning. It's not spelt like, it's spelt differently. Oil, vial glass washed with rose water and marigold water, the flowers be gathered towards the east. This must be a little, I don't know, buds of hollyhock, tops of wild thyme, buds of young hazel, gathered near the side of a hill where fairies used to go oft, grass of a fairy throne. Put all into the oil into the glass and set it to dissolve 3 days in the sun, and thou keep it for thy use. And then it says, even if I could amass the correct ingredients, I daren't apply such a concoction to my eyes. Yes, I don't think that would be wise to apply it to your eyes. The 24th of June at 6 a.m. It was Midsummer's Eve yesterday, so I stayed up all night. I saw nothing. I'm most disappointed. I did, however, find something rather intriguing caught on a twig. We'll write more later. Well, we'll wait till next time to see what that was about. Okay, let me get this bookmark back on here, and then we will know where to start next time. And here is another quick look at the 2 cards for today. Now I have 2 Halloween cards to add to my stash, less of them to have to make when the time rolls around. My sister said, when I was watching videos, she was over here Tuesday, and she said, they're doing Halloween cards already. I said, well, you have to work ahead because the products, you know, you want to be able to get the stuff when it's available to get, right? Plus, working ahead, then when the time comes, you're not so stressed out trying to get things done. Anyway, I usually still am at that point at Christmas time trying to get enough cards made. Thanks so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. I had fun making these cards. I hope you had fun with the process as well, and that you have a fabulous weekend ahead. Maybe you will have time to do some crafting. I plan on doing more crafting. And those 2 videos that I spoke about, I want to get those done. And I will just see you next time. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.